It is May 21st, 2015, and welcome to another episode of Ragecast. As always, I am George Souza.
Marco Honorado.
Nelson Philippe.
Jeff Silvera.
And we are Desolate Rage. So it's been a while since we've done one of these. And
Actually, no, it's not. Should we tell them what happened, George?
I was going to go to the news, but we might as well.
Yeah. We did one 2 weeks ago, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Tell them about the rabbits, George.
Okay. So apparently I'm a bit of a tool.
Waha.
What happened was, after we finished it, during the editing process, he laughs too. During the editing process, I deleted our last Ragecast episode.
Yeah, what a tool.
That was like the best one we ever did, too.
Oh, that's such bullshit. That was such bullshit.
Yeah, it was good,
Such
man.
bullshit. It was
Epic.
not the
Epic. Remember that fucking word?
yeah,
Epic?
yeah.
Too
So
bad.
epic.
Anyway.
It's gone now.
So we figured we'd do episode 9 version 2. So this is episode 9 version 2, and that's what we'll call it. But anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So, a couple of things. One, I am still a tool for deleting our Ragecast episode.
That's number one
That's
on
not-
the
that-
news there. George is a tool. That's what's written down
Always
here.
was.
But
and
no
will be.
fucking like Mastercraft or Snap on like fucking.
He's like a job mate.
dollar store quality.
He's a job mate tool.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit,
Job mate.
I shouldn't have fucking written George's
Job mate tool.
Anyway, our friend Will, who writes for Glitch X, did a review on our album back in March. We talked about it, but we never actually, I guess, mentioned it in the Ragecast. So,
We did in the last one. That got deleted.
But they wouldn't know that, would they?
no, they
Well,
wouldn't.
I'm just saying.
It's going to be a lot of this, I can
I'm
see.
just putting it out there.
So, anyway, if you go to glitch-x.blogspot.ca, you can actually read the review on Evolution's Mistake. It's really well-written review, actually.
Yes, it was.
so-
Will did a good job on it.
Yeah, he did a
Yeah,
great
Will.
job. Thank you very much, Will. And last but not least, we have a show. So our good friends in Mahalo are doing their CD release. So you're hearing it here first because they actually haven't announced it, but I spoke to Greg.
I hope you got the okay before you open your big mouth.
I actually asked him purposely, pomegranately.
But then again, they probably won't hear this because you're probably messing.
Probably. So anyway, June 26, 2015, we are making our way back to the rock pile. It's been, a year?
It's been a very long time.
It's been a while since we've played the rock pile. So we are playing their CD release. And
Actually, interesting bit of news about the Rock Pile. For those of you out there who have watched that show, Gangland, Outlaw Bikers,
yeah.
the clubhouse or the bar that the bikers hang out in that TV series is actually the Rock Pile.
Is it the rock pile?
It is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So-
So they filmed it there. It's pretty cool.
And they're doing fuck, what do they call that shit? I want to call it live TV, but it's not. It's live TV. That fucking garbage, like.
His choo-choo's not making
Oh,
it up.
dude, it's so fucked up. I can't. I'm having a rough day. Help me here.
Streaming?
Like Big Brother.
Reality show?
Reality TV.
There you
Thank
fucking
you,
go.
Jesus. So apparently they're doing a reality TV show called Welcome to the Rock Pile as well. That has most of the people we know in it. It's actually about the Rock Pile nightclub. No, I'm dead serious.
There you go.
I don't know if it's been picked up, but I saw the trailer earlier this week. Anyway, I digress. That's not what we're talking about.
Anyways, that's where we're playing. There you
June
go.
26th at the Rock Pile. We're direct support for My Hollow, so we'll be going on just before them. But I'm sure there'll be more details to come at some sort of Ragecast or online. I'm sure we'll talk about it, and so will they. So that is pretty much it for the good news. And usually after the good news, what happens next, Mark?
Well, I think it may be that time
Yes,
for
it is. Yes, it
Nelson's shitty. And I mean, like, I'm talking stank.
Like stank? Stank? Like STANK?
Like 2-month-old gym shorts, bro.
But it's so
Hold
bad.
on. What-
That is good.
Schmegma type of stank?
Schmegma after about a week, yeah. Like the shirt that you
My
got.
joke. Yay!
So,
Nelson's shitty joke of the episode. Nelson, take it away, please.
Okay, well, what do you get What do you get
He's already. Oh,
when
You
you
have to say it twice.
Jeff, what the fuck do you get when you cross 4 car tires, a loaf of bread, and a joint? You get a hybrid. You get a hybrid vehicle.
now, we've got a new segment to the Ragecast because usually someone has something smart to say, and his name is usually Jeff. So now we have after Nelson's
so
shitty
now-
joke in the
really?
episode,
Really?
we have Jeff's rebuttal to Nelson's shitty joke.
I must have missed the email.
And obviously, someone really doesn't take direction too well, because we clearly said if he had a rebuttal. Am I correct on that?
Marco's
Yeah.
correct.
But I guess George, like usual, threw you under the bus.
I
What else is
under
new?
the
Well,
bus.
they kind of tossed you.
What else is new?
So now
He's
there
riding
you
the
go,
bus too,
Jeff.
cocksucker.
You're hanging
You know
dry.
what? Don't rebuttal. No, he doesn't have to rebuttal.
Cruise control walks to the back.
Throws me.
Cruise control is regular speed, motherfucker. Not direction.
What do you mean? I do it all the
It's not
time. Pass out on the way to work.
I don't know,
Anyway.
Nelson. What do you get?
Yeah.
What do you get?
Yeah.
Get. You take a bald cocksucker wearing an old ass shirt from high school who makes a shitty joke about tires, bread, and weed. What do you get?
I don't know, bro. What do you get?
You get Marco choking on his water. That's what you get.
What do you get?
Get.
What do you get? You get Nelson's shitty joke of the episode. That's what you fucking get. All right, next.
I do. All right, Nels. That wasn't that shitty. Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
was
It
actually
got
pretty-
me laughing.
That
It
was,
got me laughing.
I'm actually disappointed.
You know what? I'm going to take 100% credit because out of nowhere, that popped in my head. I'm like, 4 tires, a shitty loaf of bread, a joint, hybrid vehicle.
You made that shit up?
Yeah. I didn't fucking read up or fucking search anything for that.
That's, you know,
That-
Respect, boss.
That's a butane shit original.
that's
Not
a
bad.
butane shit.
Shit original.
Original.
Not bad.
I like that. That's pretty good.
4 tires, a loaf of
Because
bread.
it wasn't
one
actually shitty. It was.
It was alright. It was
joint.
alright.
It was shitty.
Yes, pomegranate. All right. Are we ready for the Ask Ragecast segment of the show?
I guess.
All right.
Hey,
Excellent to that.
sorry.
Yeah,
what-
because that'd be that.
So,
Isn't this the same question that was asked last week when George accidentally deleted our podcast, Marco? Would it be the same one?
oh my, Jeff, I think you may be correct.
All right.
So, yeah, it's kind of like deja vu.
A little bit.
Deja vu.
We hope that we don't feel this again.
I think we gave excellent answers to that question, but now we're going to be short because we don't want to fucking answer it again.
Good job.
You don't even remember what you answered.
Yes, I fucking do.
Well,
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna run through this question once again. And the question from Davey D'Angelo is, do each of you recall at what point or what helped you make the decision you wanted to play music? And one day, make a living through your music? Awesome.
Perhaps.
Good question there, Dave.
It was a good question. So who's gonna answer it first?
I'll go first. Fuck it.
Okay.
First of all, the making it big, I never really looked at it that way. I've always treated it as a, like, you know, if it happens, bonus, right? I'm happy I do it. I wouldn't mind doing it for a living, obviously. It's fun. But, you know, when I was young and getting into rock music, I was really liking it. And watching a friend buy an instrument, I thought to myself, I'm like, yeah, that's something I'd like to do too. I'm into that. So I went out, I bought a guitar, and, you know, with anything, you try it out. If you can't get into it, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But I kept with it, and I enjoy it.
Who was that awesome friend of yours that bought an instrument? Who? I heard he's a great guy.
Wow, it was you, dude.
All right. Thanks.
Not that you want to take any credit.
No,
None
no,
whatsoever,
no,
no.
it's very modest.
But now, so what did you get
What did you get?
out of it?
What out of it? Just pleasure, fun, joy. It's a hobby. You know,
Joy.
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 Happy, joy.
I shall go next. If you are finished, Nelson.
Yeah, I'm
Go
done.
ahead, Marcus.
Unlike some people, I do ask to make sure the person
Much
that's
obliged.
presently speaking.
Why is it beat the shit out of George Day? Like it is every other
Right.
fucking day.
Okay,
What I do?
For myself, I was always into
I don't
rock.
know what I do.
I'm going to speak now.
Yeah.
I was always into rock, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath as a kid because my dad listened to a lot of that stuff. Hendrix. I always liked, Guns N' Roses. I started getting into the rock scene when Soundgarden came out. Like listening to it, but I think what helped me realize that I like music was in high school when the teacher put me on the drums, and I had never really played. I wasn't too bad. It was pretty good for what it was. And then hearing Jeff on the bass as he was in my music class. For those of you who made earlier podcasts, that's where we kind of met.
The ones that weren't deleted?
The ones that weren't deleted, yeah. As soon as I was able to keep a beat on the drums and hearing music, playing along with it, it was the coolest thing. So right then and there, I knew I wanted to play. It was just a matter of Jeff giving me the go-ahead if their drummer had left or not. And of course, just listening to metal and Metallica was big for me at the time. Pretty much solidified the way I felt and what I wanted to do in regards to playing music. That's it.
Very good.
Am I going or you?
I don't care.
I want to be respectful and ask, as opposed to just assuming that I'm going next.
Wait, where's George? What did you do with George?
What is that?
George don't ask.
Rock, paper, scissors, or do you want me to just go?
Yeah.
This is
Go,
where you
go.
put the crickets in.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 out of 3, or we just...
No. You can go.
All right. So if you don't know, that was Paper Beats Rock. Anyway,
In what fucking country does paper beat rock? How? That's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life.
That's true. I mean, it covers it.
Rock beats everything.
USA and Canada.
I'm getting
That's
there.
it. I don't care.
I'm
Because
getting
in
the
Europe
taste
they
of my
toss
own
rocks
medicine,
through
I can
everything.
see.
I'm being a nice. I'm being
totally
a
getting
nice
taste of
boy.
my own
Go.
medicine.
Go ahead, Georgie boy.
Anyway, I guess for me, my entire family, I was surrounded by music since I was a little kid. So I don't know if there was a specific point where I was like, oh yeah, music is for me. It was just always there, right? Like I started playing piano when I was young. My dad listened to like Zeppelin, the Beatles. I think my first ever LP was Led Zeppelin 1 and 2. And I, like that was a big thing at the time. My dad listened to what's his face, the one that sings Sweet Caroline. Fuck, I don't remember his name.
Oh.
Neil Diamond.
Yes.
Neil Diamond.
But it was the "She Coming to America."
Right.
And it was a big double LP, and he was wearing. I'll never forget the fucking album. He's wearing that silver. It's a silver with red and white striped suit type of thing. That Coming to America. Look at James Brown, living in America, right?
Getting off point, George.
Yeah, sorry.
Stand back.
Anyway, no, but this was the type of shit that was playing in the house all the time, right? My dad loved the Beatles, so a lot of John Lennon. So I guess I was always surrounded by it, and as I got older, just my tastes got heavier and heavier and heavier. So like GNR, Appetite for Destruction, was probably my most favorite album when I was in elementary school. When that came out, I was like, wow, holy shit, and that's what led me to wanting to play. And then, as you get older, you just start, like I love Megadeth. So it just became one of those things that I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I'm sort of in the same headspace as Nelson, as far as the making it. Making it to me is being able to record albums, being able to get our music out there. So we, as a collective, have released 3 albums, 4 if you include the 4 songs that we recorded in 07. And, Jeff and I have recorded some material. So a lot of the influential stuff that I've listened to over the years has made it down onto tape somewhere. That, for me, is making it. And in this band, just the fact that our shit is worldwide, thanks to the wonders of the interwebs, that is making it. So I think that answers my question.
Your question? That answers your question?
That answers... Never mind. It's been a bad day.
That answers Dave's question.
That answers Dave's question.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
He needs a good night's rest.
George, are you done?
Yeah.
You sure?
Oh, we're all also fucking polite now.
Yes, we are.
I'm done.
All right. My story is the same shit as everyone else's. Growing up, listening to music, being exposed to it, yada, yada, yada. Grade school, believe it was grade 4. How old are you? 9 years old, I think it was. That's when I came across Appetite for Destruction, and then that's what got me into the rock, and then slowly into the metal from that point on. When I was about 12, 13, something like that, my cousin actually bought a guitar, and I'd go over to his place and watch him play, and I thought it was cool. So I'm like, oh, I want to play something. My calling was always the bass. I didn't play guitar, and then sucked at it, and then became a bass player like most of the bass players out there. No offense to anybody who's listening who might be a bass player, but that's usually how it works. I actually wanted to play bass, so I bought one. And practiced on my own, self-taught. Bought the books, learned the music, all that bullshit. And then from there, entered into bands straight out of high school. I think grade 9, I joined my first band, so like 14 maybe. Then same thing, met Marco in high school, and then he became a part of that band. Nelson was also playing before that. When I got my bass, he got his guitar, and then we were jamming together as well. And as the band started to get more and more serious throughout my high school career, and started playing more shows, started discussing recording and doing albums. I mean, that's when it kind of hit me that, okay, you know what, there might be something to this, right? And that's it. That's my story.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, Dave.
I don't know if that's exactly what I said the last time, but it might be similar.
But we will never know.
We'll never know. But I think that was the same answer. I'm not sure.
It will be good. Yeah. Thanks, Dave, for the questions. Or question. Questions meaning questions in the past. Keep them coming. The next question comes from, I hope I pronounce this properly.
Speak up, Mark. Speak up.
The next question comes from Robex Lundgren. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And his question is, could you explain your music to someone that hasn't heard you? That's a pretty good question there, Robex. Yeah.
Kind of hard because it's a lot of people, even when they tell us, it's mixed. You can't say we're exactly like this or exactly like that style.
How would you describe it? I don't want to say, it sounds like this. Or it sounds like this band or that band. Like, how would you actually describe it?
I don't know.
Like, hey, what kind of music do you play?
Yeah,
I would say, it's aggressive, it's fast. Pretty creative. A lot of tempo changes. A lot of different parts.
To cut it down,
solos. You gotta explain it like that. That's how I would explain it, without using, it sounds like this band or that band. I think I would say it's aggressive, it's fast. Melodic's kind of a cheesy word, so I won't use it. But there's a lot of strong rhythms, catchy rhythms.
It's like
solos. It's got a mix of everything in it, really.
To me, it feels like heavy blues on speed. I know that's a weird way to think of it.
Yeah, but we're thrashy too. That's why I'm so used to telling people we're like a thrash metal.
That's fine, but like if you're describing what we sound like if you actually dissect our riffs, and we've done this a few times, you can turn our songs into blues songs with some relative ease.
Yeah, you could do that with any song.
You can, you're right. Some are a little bit easier. I just find it to be like a heavy blues on speed.
I'd say there's a lot of groove.
Or maybe it's groove. I don't know. I don't know.
But I think that's always been the
No,
hardest.
see, to me, groove is more like
groove is
Soulfly,
that's the catchy part.
Sepultura.
You know what? Really, I mean, at the end of the day, it just depends on the listener, and everyone's gonna have something different to say. I think as a band, I can speak for us. The challenge for us has always been, what category would we fit in?
It's funny because we had this conversation.
We've had this conversation before, and people usually would be like, "What do you guys sound like?" That's probably been one of our toughest, elements of our music to explain, because we got a bit of everything, really. But
and I gotta think that every band has the same challenge.
Yeah.
Because every band at some point in time thinks they're unique. And
True, but a lot of bands are very strict with their genre too. Like, nope, we are death metal, that's it.
Yeah.
Nope, we are black metal, we fucking
Yeah.
got the corpse paint and all that
and then
shit.
you hear them, and you're like, "Yeah, they are."
And it's like us, when we show up to a gig and you look at us based on appearance,
It's like biker metal.
we look like Black Label Society, kind of.
Well, maybe
It's
I'll
like a metal, look like a bunch of bikers that are going to play some rock and roll, right? And then we start busting out
Yeah.
thrash metal riffs. You know what I mean? the way we play doesn't really match our appearance, or it's
So I
you know what I
liken
mean?
it. I liken it to Lamb of God because if you look at their presence, like the way they dress, jeans and a t-shirt, man, like they just don't have as much facial hair. except
Some
for maybe the
songs
bass
have
player.
a Judas Priest sound. Some songs have a Lamb of God sound. Some songs have a freaking Soulfly sound.
And it's
to
not
it.
even the whole song, Nelson.
It's
Yeah,
parts.
it's snippets.
Is there
Yeah.
a genre called dynamic metal?
No,
There
not
is
that I'm
now.
aware of it. I don't know, man, because we talked about
It's
it
always been
earlier.
hard because
We're pretty
we
dynamic.
take elements of all the different genres that we like and put it together, but we're not very strict to one.
No, and
Right?
all four of us like very different
Yeah.
styles of music. So certain things that Jeff will like, for instance, Nelson, Marco, and myself may not be into, but when we bring it, if Jeff brings it to the table, it's like, fuck, this really works. So I may not listen to it all day or all the time, but I really dig how it fits in the song that we're working on or we're writing, right? So
Yeah, we definitely grab
I think another
we grab
important
air
thing,
from different
Yeah,
areas. You know what I mean?
different
We're not one. We're not very strict on any particular
No.
style.
and another important thing for me to mention, and I know you guys would agree, this is for Ropex, obviously. When we play shows, a lot of the times we don't really fit in exactly because you'll have your thrashy bands, or you'll have your death metal bands, or even your punk or hard rock.
for your hardcore band,
And we usually get, I wouldn't say the weirdest crowd response, but a lot of times people don't really know how to react to our music because there's so many different tempo changes, and we really do sound different from a lot of the other bands. And
we
that's-
do. I think there are elements.
Elements.
It's so weird, man, because so for instance, when we played that show with all those hardcore bands, there were elements where people moshed and then they stopped
Yeah.
because that's it. There was their little hardcore moment, and then they would stop.
Then it
And
got
they'd
too
be
technical for them,
and
they
they would be
couldn't-
like,
they couldn't
okay,
comprehend it.
okay, and then another little hardcore part, and they would swat bees and back to their hardcore thing, and then they'd stop, right? Which is a really fucked up reaction when you're on stage playing, because you're like, okay, they're into it. No, they're not. Well, they're into it. No, they're not. Or as we'll play other shows, like we've done it with My Hollow a few times when we've played with them, where there's just a lot of head bobbing,
Just watching and head bobbing.
and I think a lot of it is because the people that, for instance, will watch them or will watch us appreciate the musicality, the technicality of the music, right? Because they're a very riff-oriented band. So, I don't know, man. It's hard to tell because like we played Montreal, and there was mosh pits. We've played shows where there are mosh pits. When we played with the Agonist,
I find it was more in the past, like between 5 and 7 years ago, we were getting mosh pits every single time we played, and violent ones, right?
yeah, and I don't know if that's the genre.
But I just think it's just the way things were back then. If things fit better now, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
the genre.
I don't know if the youngins truly get the style because it's kind of different than
Yeah.
It's kind of old school, but it's got some new metal.
New school metal.
Yeah, that's also one of my biggest beefs with metal too, is when people are over dedicated to one style or one genre, and if it's not that genre, they don't like it. It's like you have to appreciate them all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to
if a
like
band
music.
can play, if you're not into death metal, but if a band can play death metal, then you appreciate how that band is pulling that off, right?
Well, that was like the band.
Any style of metal in general, if the band is playing that style correctly, you can appreciate it and be like, fuck,
Yeah.
these guys are good for what they do.
And it works the other
Right?
way too. Who was that band that we played with down at Smiling Buddha? What were they called?
Voltan.
Voltang.
Voltang. What would you classify the
They're
music
called
as?
Raunch and Roll.
Raunch and roll. It was kind of like, I don't even know if we would call it bar rock.
Kind of. It's kind of like Down. It reminds me
It's
of
like
Down.
down, but their singer is like more of a. He's a good singer, but I find him to be more of like a hardcore emo
Yeah.
type or screamo type of singer.
But
But their riffs and their patterns are very
But it
heavy,
fit.
heavy blues.
But the
Yeah.
way they played
Yeah.
their music, they were good at that
Exactly.
type of music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching them.
Yeah,
they
because
were
there
a
was-
lot of fun, and they enjoyed
You know?
watching us, which is
Yeah.
a really cool
It's
thing.
two different styles that night, but we both appreciated the work that
Yeah.
each band was doing.
Going
So-
back to what Jeff was saying is, I mean, it goes either way. I mean, you gotta appreciate the music and the bands that are playing it, especially if they're good at it. Is that our type
Exactly.
of music? Not really, but they were pretty damn good at it, right?
I'll give you an example.
Exactly,
You
and
guys
that's
remember-
what's wrong with people today. If it's not a certain style, they don't like it.
Here's a good example of various styles coming together for one show. When we played with Vertigo and Eclipse Eternal for Vertigo's Going Away Party, which was a very strange night because you had our case, a thrash metal band opening the show. Or did we open the show? I don't even remember anymore.
I think so.
Are you saying we're thrash?
Whatever, I'm just using it as an example, right? And then you had an industrial metal band, and then they are black metal, right?
Yeah.
And
Eclipse
Eternal
Eternal black
being
metal.
a black metal band on one fucking bill, and everyone that was there, no one booed, no one walked away. They all were there and just enjoyed it. And I think that's to your point. The metal genres have become so dedicated or so cliquey about their genre that they're actually killing the entire metal scene.
Exactly.
Because there's no longer a fucking. Or we're getting off track. There's no longer a goddamn metal scene. There's a hardcore scene, and that's all it is. There's a fucking death metal scene, and I don't listen to anything else but death metal or black metal. That's all I listen to. It's like, go fuck yourself. If you like it, you like it. I don't give a shit if you got makeup on your face or not.
Every genre,
it drives me fucking mad.
Each individual genre is not strong enough on its own to put a show on in this city.
No.
Right? In this city, if it's a strictly black metal show, you're lucky if you get 50 people there.
Exactly.
If it's strictly death metal, maybe you get 30 or 40 people there. Yeah. Why not put all that shit together all on the same night and just have everybody? You're playing for 100 people instead of 30.
And then maybe
that's the problem.
A few people will get into genres that they weren't really into.
Well, and there are crossovers, right? So
I don't know, that's how I look at it.
I definitely believe that we cross over various genres based on some of the songs we play. So it depends on the set we play, right? But we can cross over. So some nights we'll play a really heavy set, and it works. And some nights we don't play as heavy and a little more technical, and it works. But for fuck's sake, it's like Jeff said, you're not strong enough to hold your own.
So, to answer your question, Robex, as you can see, we really wouldn't be able to give a concrete answer to anybody. We would just say we're a bit of this, we're a bit of that, because that's what it is. It is what it is. We're not really under one genre. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we're a mix of different elements, and all the influences that we've had over the years come through our music. And, in some cases, it's not necessarily, saying that you're one type of genre. In our case, we're a mix, we're a mishmash. So
mixed bag.
That's the best way we can put it.
We're dynamic metal.
Yeah. So
maybe
we've created mixed metal. I don't know. A mix.
Mixed bag of shit, man.
That's a good question.
Thank you for the question, though. I mean, you opened up a huge conversation over it. No, right?
No, it's true. I think that's the end of the Ask Ragecast. But as always, you can just.
Hey, hold up.
Can you?
Fuck's
sakes!
On that,
what a bad dude.
On that podcast that got deleted, George.
Yeah.
Didn't you also bring up some news about Mike?
Oh fuck yes!
And the movie.
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome. If it wasn't deleted,
that's true.
Would have been out there. But since it's deleted,
no, that's.
And I actually remembered something for once.
No, it's actually a good point. Funny enough, I actually spoke to him today. But his film is done. It's completed.
Oh, nice.
It's called Death Box. I think we've mentioned it before, but we are fortunate enough to be working with Michael Pereira from Panic Button Films. He's going to be doing our music video as well for Straight Jacket, which is pretty cool. And he asked us if we would put a song, or if he could use one of our songs on his new film called Death Box. So he told me it's done, it's completed, it's been sent out to all the film festivals, and he's just waiting for a date for release. So as soon as he knows, we'll know. He's going to have the poster for the film, so we'll post that as soon as he sends it to me. He's got the artist working on it now.
Can we release the song?
I'll ask him.
Oh, that's still.
I think until he has a date for the release, he doesn't want to say anything.
So we don't even know what song it is.
We do.
Well, we do, but
exactly.
We can't.
Sure.
Yeah. He told me for sure. Okay. So hopefully at the next Ragecast we can. Hopefully at the next Ragecast.
Pronunciate, George, when you talk.
He's listening to you.
I'm really struggling today. We can actually say what song it is.
Fucking Porky Pig.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
That's all, folks.
But thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot about that. So,
thanks again to Mike.
Yeah, more to come. Yeah. And if you guys get the opportunity, when it does come out, go and check out Deathbox.
It's a horror movie. It's good. It's a short film, but it's pretty.
Apparently, the director of Fangoria saw it already and gave it a great review. Excellent. Michael told me today, so I was like, "Fuck it."
That's really good. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm actually excited just to see, not only to see the film, but I'm excited to actually see where the music gets dumped.
Yeah.
Because he did tell us that it was going to be at the beginning of this film and at the ending sequence of the film. So I'm actually excited to just especially if it's on a big screen. I get giddy just talking about it, but like hearing your music through a film
being used
in a film, and especially if it's a section where it's like an integral part of the film or a sequence that's like holy shit. Can you imagine? Like that's fucking intense, man.
It's pretty cool.
So anyway, more to come with that, guys, and keep those questions coming. Also, if you guys wanted to.
Wow. Eh?
Wow.
What is he fucking?
Yeah, he's having
I'm the tip.
Are you banging your tongue when you talk, Darth?
This guy needs to get loaded.
You go to the dentist before you
come
here?
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Jesus.
Also, please don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. They are on iTunes, and keep sending us questions. And you can send them to where?
1 second.
You got to look at the menu.
Yes, I do. You can send them to.
That's the microphone.
Ask Ragecast.
So on Twitter via hashtag AskRagecast or
DesolateRageBand@hotmail.com, and we will answer them in the future episodes unless they get deleted. If they get deleted, you're shit out of luck. You can send your complaints to
George. We answered Dave's question twice now.
That's true.
See, so it's good. We're just answering the same questions now. Keep sending them. And subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, and you'll get automatic updates. And we'll keep providing information as it comes about. So, I hope this is the song, because I know, if my memory serves me correctly, this was the song we chose.
It is.
Okay. Because Jeff, you were saying, we should pick one of the earlier songs
from the EP, because we haven't touched our EP yet in terms of playing tunes from it. So
from the early days. So.
Would you explain? See, this is all fucking repeat.
Well, it's all repeat for you,
George, the intro to this song.
Hey, he actually remembered 2 things for this.
That's pretty good.
This is pretty good, dude. All right, cool. So, I guess it's a classical piece, and it's actually from Mozart. It's Mozart's Requiem in D minor, which was kind of a neat thing, because we were talking when we were. So, if I rewind a little bit, when we started playing this song, to me it always felt very grandiose, very big. And the intro is so eerie that it needed something to push that sort of eerie feeling to it. So went in and started listening to Requiem for the Dead, and this one's section specifically was like, holy shit, okay, this might actually work. It's a really big build-up to Nelson's intro from a guitar perspective. So it's a portion, I don't know, he's giggling. Yeah.
I'm giggling because you said build up, and I'm picturing Jeff doing a thumbs up.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Anywho.
It just hit me right
Hey,
now.
Mark. Holy shit. Hold on. Holy shit, I'm gonna come. The thumbs up, the big smile, and
Oh man.
Sorry.
And then
I'm not going into detail with that one.
Inside
Trust me,
joke,
it's funny.
inside joke.
It's a funny fucking story, but
That'll be for another day.
That's no, it's
I
not.
don't think we're
No, we don't. No, that's not for another day.
some things just don't get told, man.
Anyway,
What happens in Vegas stays.
hey, yeah, that's what it is. So,
Holy shit, I'm gonna come. You gotta picture the big smile on his face, though, bro. The white fucking ass teeth. Holy shit, I'm gonna come. And then the thumbs up. Holy fuck. Okay.
Okay, so
Wow, that train was going west and it went fucking east.
About this song again.
so yeah,
Didn't we also make fun of our old singer who fucked up
yeah,
the
you
song
guys also.
live? Didn't we go into that story?
Yeah, we also went into the story of how this song originally sounded, vocally, about me dying in the vocal box. So the way I was originally singing it while we were rehearsing the song was very, I call it dramatic. They may say it's something else, but it was very dramatic. And then it got aggressive. So as we were recording it, I was recording the vocals. I'm in the booth. These guys show up. The booth has the lights off. There's a couple candles lit. Incense is burning. And all they hear is,
George was being a whiny bitch. Straight up, he was being a whiny bitch. And I was like, nope.
But you need to understand the build. You need to understand the reasoning.
The build-up.
The reason.
George, holy shit.
Jeff didn't give him the thumbs up.
You did not give me the thumbs up for that. So, and
Marco's dying over here.
as it was being recorded, I always had in the back of my head this alternate vocal track of spoken word, but very low spoken word. So I remember we were listening to it the first time, and we took like a rough mix home, and Jeff's like, dude, the spoken track sounds awesome. Your whininess is just too much. So we went back in and we're like, okay, cut out the main vocal, and let's just hear what the spoken word sounds like, and we'll put accents from whiny George in the background. So we reverse them, and then it actually sounds the way you hear it today. So it really worked. So you had this ominous intro, you had Nelson's really dark guitar parts, spoken word, and then this, like wall of sound after. So
It's a pretty cool song.
It is.
We don't play it anymore. I haven't played it in probably a decade, I would say.
yeah.
It's in a different tuning. It's in standard tuning, which we don't use anymore. That's why we don't play it.
So
But it was a good song for its time.
it was. And it's a song even before my time.
That's a high school song, man.
So
That
this is
is
that
a
whole,
high school track. Like
Yeah.
we were just starting off with,
Yeah.
with
So way
Marco
back
and
then.
Nelson.
Back
Yeah,
to
this is
your
an old song, but it's pretty cool.
talking about your former singer singing this song and the fuck up.
Yeah, live.
I
you
will
fucked it up.
never forget the day I heard, because you guys had it on tape. The day I heard that, we were sitting outside the Burger King at like 4 in the morning, and you and Nelson are playing tomato toss,
Yes.
and it's in his old Caprice with his trunk popped open, and he's playing it. And the next song, When Death Arrives.
The name of the song was called When Death Arrives, but our
Because
singer was
When
not-
Jeff
Arrives.
When Jeff arrives.
When Jeff arrives. I was like, what?
And then I
Right on
was-
stage too. I think I looked at him. I was like, what?
And then the song.
Oh, did I say
Did
Jeff?
I say
And he
Jeff?
into the mic.
And then he got all nervous. And, When Death Arrives.
That was at the cathedral.
Yeah, it was.
And then
This is the
Nelson's
big
guitar
bop.
comes in. Bling, 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 bling.
Oh fuck.
I was laughing and playing.
Well, because not only did he fuck up the first time,
Oh,
then he got nervous because Jeff called him on it, and right on When Death Arrives.
When I heard that, I was smiling.
Anyway,
What a freak.
it's actually When Death Arrives. Fortunately for me, I have not fucked it up on stage when you've announced. I fucked up other things, not that.
Oh, we know.
Oh fuck, I fucked up all over this Ragecast too. So, and that's nothing new.
All right, so play the damn song already. Let's go.
Yeah,
So-
we hope you enjoy it.
I gotta close off here. Wow, you jumping the gun. Anyway, I guess we'll sign off. I promise I won't fuck this one up.
Speak slowly and pronunciate.
As always, we continue to be Desolate Rage. I am still George Souza.
And I am Marco Honorato.
I'm Nelson Fleet.
And I'm, holy shit, I'm gonna come.
It's like he couldn't believe it, eh?
I couldn't believe it.
That's who I am. Holy shit, I'm gonna come. Yeah, I'm Jeff Silver.
Oh, fuck.
And on that note,
Let's leave them with when Jeff
arrive.
When Jeff arrives. Now, this is when death arrives, so we hope you enjoy it. Cheers, guys.
Adios, amigos.
no surprise.